Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, Karrion Kross was let go by WWE, or was he? That has been the conversation for the last couple days. Karrion Kross is going on Ariel Helwani tonight to explain what's going on. And after watching the Karrion Kross documentary, I waited to come to you guys with this video. After watching the Karrion Kross documentary, it's just another thing of why did they let him go? I don't understand what they're looking for. It does, but I will say it does kind of give that 2011 CM Punk feel where WWE didn't want this person to rise or to be the guy. And instead of leaning into it, WWE is still trying to push away with it and not talk about it. When in reality, this is the guy. This is the person. Karrion Kross is popping. He's a hot name. And then merchandise. He sold a lot of units in merchandise, which is very interesting about how much he did sell in merchandise. Being one of the top names in merchandise is a big deal. Now, I will say, does Karrion Kross, whether this is a work or if he actually was released, I did see the links of his stuff on Pro Wrestling Tees, him and Scarlett. If it was me, if I was Nick Khan, would I bring Karrion Kross back? Yes, I would, but we need to put him in an actual storyline that would have teeth and have legs. Yes, they put him with Sami Zayn. And yes, Sami Zayn is a beloved WWE superstar. Nobody was going to boo Sami Zayn. But they weren't going to boo Karrion Kross either, because Karrion Kross is the name right now. What I would do with Karrion Kross and the way he got himself over with one, the very little time that WWE decides to give him, and then on top of that, also with getting over with the little time and not really doing much. Just using his social media platforms, using the Sam Roberts show with Megan Morant. It was absolutely perfect. Even his catchphrase was getting over, like, it's better to love the devil you know than the devil you don't. Loved it. So now it has me questioning, if Karrion Kross does come back to WWE, who should he feud with going forward? Well, there's obviously a lot of options. You still have the Vision, Seth Rollins' faction, running rampant on Monday Night Raw, as Seth Rollins is your world heavyweight champion. If it was me, I would give Sami Zayn, if it was me, I would give Karrion Kross main event Jey Uso and have him win in the feud, or I would give Karrion Kross CM Punk. And the reason why you can get away with that is because we're going into the fall. We still have Perth Australia. We're about to be at Clash in Paris. Then we still have Survivor Series War Games in November. And I believe we have a Saturday night's main event somewhere in there too. We have a lot of events still happening before we even get to January and we start talking Royal Rumble. I feel CM Punk and Jey Uso could get the best out of Karrion Kross because they're the biggest baby faces. You're putting him under a light and under pressure with some of the best. If Karrion Kross defeated Jey Uso, a former world heavyweight champion, that would be a huge look for Karrion Kross. If Karrion Kross defeated CM Punk, who is the biggest babyface right now in the business, in the company, that would be an absolutely a huge victory under his belt. 100%. Karrion Kross is very talented. Karrion Kross is very special. And I feel like you have to put him in there with specific characters for him to shine the way he should. And I would love to see Karrion Kross be more of that Killer Kross and be more vile and be more vicious and then play mind games with Scarlett. That would be cool because Scarlett is talented in her own right. There's been a lot of releases. Some I didn't understand, aka Ron Killing's R-Truth. And then there's releases that you're like, okay, it hurts, you don't like it. You wish them nothing but the best, but you're like, okay, this is not one of them. Karrion Kross not being in WWE is not one of those releases. Karrion Kross belongs in WWE. And I feel that, I genuinely do feel, they need to find a way to bring him back. And use this as a story. Use this to go against someone. To go against somebody who is beloved by the WWE Universe. Someone that Karrion Kross could take that power from. And Jey Uso, to me, could be one of those people. Because when you really think about it, who is like a real heelish character outside of the Vision in WWE right now? Drew McIntyre, maybe for what he just did to Cody Rhodes. Other than that, Logan Paul. But they're all on SmackDown. There isn't... Dirty Dom technically not even a real heel like that no more because people love Dirty Dom. I feel like Karrion Kross could fill those shoes. I feel like if you give him enough time to really develop and tell a story to make us buy in, he would be very successful. Because now, Karrion Kross has the eyes of everybody who loves pro wrestling all on him. And it really depends on what he wants to do with that and where, and that really just depends. And the sky is the limit. Karrion Kross has it. His entrance is gas. Him and Scarlett work so well together. Now it's really just about telling the right story with the right person. And I truly do feel that Karrion Kross should come back to WWE. WWE, Nick Khan, you should get on the phone and call Karrion Kross back because there's something about Karrion Kross. He just has it. And with Karrion Kross, you just let him be a killer. Let him be the killer he is, and he will shine very bright because he really is a very talented wrestler and he's an entertainer. That's what WWE is looking for. Yes, I know they say pro wrestling again. The reason what makes Gunther so unique is Gunther's a legit bare knuckle pro wrestler. He's like a flashback. That's why guys like The Undertaker love him. And other wrestling legends like Bret Hart, Goldberg at this point, they all love him because he's that flashback to the past. But that's what makes Gunther unique. WWE is they're looking for pro wrestlers, but more or less they're looking for entertainers. Who's gonna draw? Who's gonna be the sell? Karrion Kross is very entertaining, and I do believe with the right storylines, he could be in that fit. He could fit into that mold. It's getting the storylines to match where he needs to be. That's all I'm gonna say. Maybe I'll come back tomorrow after watching the Ariel Helwani video tonight to give my thoughts and feelings on that interview. I'm excited to see where Karrion Kross goes from here, whether it's the WWE or not. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It has been your boy D, Forever Gang, and until forever finds you, peace.